JB Danko kofa bai no bi da yeso de obi aso bia nipa nyina abadwan sa da yeso no otiase na mi gyina ha aka se yenim history kra no na no mitie miami ohenempon kese Ghana hini a obi nka no ho biem eye otumfo osei tutu otekokosho
yes
yenim se ne ye ka guarantee wall okotum ho na mo wo kumase a obi ye nyina de ye ne hweye no oka asem na mbesa me twen adwensi so o say at the time na ye be pay independent no ono ani di hye eye boachi twirtwie dankwa JB dankwa so nimse sa na friend so nimse ne part nso fikumase o frashanti that is why something he refers ono ani di hye eba omuna so ebe ka kire omo say nana ye ko pre independent otumfo asem o kan ne say no mu nimse independent ni de na nya mo na no mo de no mo ko mo tokwa in one way the other obetuma ka say independent be but asantin tokwa ne ye ntokwa omo de omo gidi sa kwasi bro na betena omo asase so tie de ye je asase tie ne tifa fante a ye bo ane age ya de ye bo ane ha ne esi hini na ye ko
yes
o say onu ane de hye boache dankwa twirtwie JB dankwa ba ne na so o say na menim se ntokwa ye kun mo nka ho na de ye pese mo be kan ye ho ne ye kwaji tumi ni free akwasi bro ni nsem na ye nya independent na ya ye wa konwa ne te se ohima de a wo nyiresi abrochiri ne ye wo sa na je se aman yosem ne ye ne ye beye na isra ye de beye aman yosem no so that's ohene tumfo ne abeje fi ho eche a utumi esesan ye fra konwa no so ntimo we ka ye ho ne ye nkwaji sa atumi no na it tells you say not just say ye ka the real independent that do di ka so ho da ye JB Dankwa nobody can take it away from him but yenam sento kwa ba ko fo ntumi nkunti no ene obi ne afa wo talent na do di abeboa ne afa we die ne di abeboa enum na namu a ye di kan bi you say the big six whatever we put himself together ene kura ko fa kwa menkroma be shame ye nyina nim history okroma ye ko for sarge for so ba so me choro for enti say at the time I kwaji independent die the okodi kan kwaji ye die we don't have any problem but your son die yes say I was say ye gi to me no JB Dankwa nti obi eno ni enkransha ye di share eastern region say omo and the free one and the abedu ba bia e adu obi me di manu si no na so we dey ntia me ba ha che and we mo ba nya so me senior prefect
your excellency akpalo pacho brase kakra enti honorable uremu say my why
enti 2 minutes per na mahu MP na me fan so because na we be tripa
me say me bo na me correct aje bi
o de me wi na wa correct
what so no say omo honorable registered voter no
yes
no so omo 50
no say 54
I'm say 42.
That's for New Joabin North.
That is 2020.
Because when Obi sending me, we say Kwesi Boateng J. Enya 21,151. And Asante Emmanuel Kweku enya 8,769.
That is it comes up to 29.
Kwesi Boateng J the
current MP.
On na was here winning no.
Debbie on the one could
na the winning was your friend saying.
Na say J.
And no say J. Okay, na we Kwesi Boateng J. To onya 21.
Oh yeah.
64.8.
He was my MP for almost 12 years. At the time I am a constituency chairman
In the registered voters for 2020, there were 42,621.
Yeah. So don't now call IPAC in the
LPG nigga because in
2000. I also be contesting and the candidate no fish to say
2,000.
Only detailed in a CBP in 500.
No fish to say minimum. Oh dear.
LPG lady near there.
On contempt.
But vote no beji because no MPP. Na se fo nya MPP for.
Na ono ko join in. And this year obesan aba.
Yeah, so beba dia.
Oba no obe de. Obi, mama fama no si, mama Obi, we are from Anusi.
Yes.
Obi, for the last I think when on the 7th and Oraba umi akoye ekolonche ni vision and the idea of cast actually or the policy ni idea beba. Now my team in animal NDC for Obi. I don't know say me say a caution am dey ma omo say die yo say warning so na me dey ma omo nya atem didie no
Atemdidi is saying.
Ah, nanti sami dem fi press conference or ye wanti. Emu atemdidi enko a. Enano me hold on. Enano me betena, o betena ha. Enana me bought tape na ti, me do de bre me.
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
Look at how even you were struggling to control for Sukwachi. Ewa. Obi. Ya to about my candidate. Mo candidate. Ah, mo gidi se mo ton na ebeyiyi. Ana me boa. Wadi akunwa ni bi pen. De already in the track record obi ade na si hu kwan se mo betumi aton.
Okay.
Ade na si hu kwan se mo be ye mo policy se mo de be ba beto se ye debate. Obi ade ayeyi enya temdidi o. Enya mpoatwa. De tia ne se owura ba umia se we eye ne vision. Obi attack the vision.
Okay.
Give alternative vision. Na Ghana for entie de betumi afamu aba. Because amosi ye wan hu hia mu okomo di yen. Ghana sika samu nya. The alternative is who can do it better. And what is your policy? And for one on can because who there why you be paying? Enti kire yen rather than say obi ebeyem poatwa. Na say na Ghana for obi are confused. Because liar, thief, this I mean at this level Mestre, 32 years, we have broadened our horizon. Let's have a comprehensive debate. Education. Give us alternative. There's nothing wrong. Say Tihanomo, na mi ora about me can be Obi or mi leader today. Obet me I can be. I can disagree with him, but I am leader and I can reserve my reservation. Minya opportunity say Obi, my nya konya say mi sume can defua. I can change the status quo.
That's true.
Adentia.
That's true.
Intimately.
Mate.
Say omo mayendi yahuni. That is what Ghanaians want to hear from us.
May that say, Chairman Kujo and Amotene, can Obi kindly raise to the attention of the powers that be that this about this ECG prepaid challenge. I mistakenly bought prepaid credits using the ECG app onto a neighbor's meter. Unfortunately, her meter is currently faulty, so cannot even use the token and give me a refund of my money. According to the ECG, their system cannot refund my money, neither can I use the token. I don't think it will be fair on the part of ECG to keep my 400 Ghana cedis for free. Wow. Obi, good evening. My name is Mohammed from Koforidia Zongo. Please, how much does Parliament owe ECG? We are told some 23 million Ghana cedis. We say, Obi, good afternoon. Please, the man speaking is not saying the truth. Please ask him of Chairman Tia. You say road be the Nyamkrom road. Bibi sa Koforidia.
Nyamikrom and Nyamkrom.
Emo Nyamikrom Koforidia. Nyamikrom roads. And I say Adam Magazine roads. And also Koforidia.
In Krakai.
I say Poto.
I be a but Ubende say I didn't say I crack. I say ba.
Nana Kwame Koforidia.
Obi. Me back buy. Like I said, and I mean
was a friend Nana Kwame.
Oh, so a journalist for Nibia and you see, Obi Endra, and I'm seeing Ethiopia.
Okay.
Community concerns are
go for the
Edeba.
Yeah.
Offer almost about 70 to 80%. They are all talking Aquine.
That's true.
Intinu just say yeah, where you my and media be at the end, then say governance is a continuity.
Yeah.
Yet me nyane preoccuping you. Obi baby out here, and there be when you bra about time na. Or China be a common recommendation now go Supreme Court. But the expert said you be do what can keep the brand.
Now, on why I baby Mate. And that's for Koforidia. We say, Obi, please ask the MP for Bosome Frehon what he has done with his common fund. It seems Bosome Frehon is not even part of Ghana. Oh, Bosome Frehon MP as one say. Now so no crowd will lose primaries. Ulusu primaries no poto ama. Yes.
Issues about common fund. I said more explaining.
Okay, what would you say to Obisa?
The fact is that common fund cannot even construct one kilometer
of road. That's granted.
If you have to put everything together, how many years would you want?
Yeah. No, but you know, the person did not ask it in relation to roads. Or say, what has he done with his common fund?
But he subsequently, or say the roads are...
Or say, it seems Bosome Framework is not part of Ghana. Or no one can roads. The roads was for Koforidia.
But you see, again, there again. I mean, if he cannot construct road, you don't expect him to build skyscrapers or no assembly hall and now school dying anyway. No. The money I have no. You see, common fund now the man MPs no. For emergencies. Oh, some bibia
school dying be so
apa because also your amount 100,000 and now 120. Now see do go see school dying
for a quarter.
For a quarter, who the go see school there? Ebeko one side.
Enso.
Ebeko baby back up. But it's supposed to be used for basic interventions.
Yeah.
School be any problem with water. You go and provide it. And just go trip pipe kradi akokra.
Ebi omu here poly tank.
Poly tank no akoto ama omo. Uto paint bi ni no akwa support omo. Basic things because it's kind of anymore and regular so.
Yeah.
Regular.
Yeah.
Regular.
But I know so you're there, so a man for the Remo MPs in power.
A lot, because the concept, people do not understand. Because you have 5% of revenue shared to the assemblies.
Sure.
Out of that 5%, they say another 5%. And I'm 275
MPs.
So whereas say when we 300,000 echo assembly, sometimes MP be 50,000, 40,000, whatever. This time, formula be a great one. Normally, 32,000. You can't use it for anything. One way you go, I say, will be a uniska go see that. What could two foundation now? 32,000 now they are sharing. It doesn't yield anything.
Yeah.
And you have a woman. You have the top books. You have the chairman for school fees. Things like that.
Very well. Very well. We say, Obi, good afternoon to you and to your panelists. Now, MPs say their parties cannot select their leadership for them, even when the party's constitution says otherwise. Presidents can be told by their parties who to select for appointment and who to sack. However, when things go bad from the actions of the same people, should the NPP or NDC be mentioned? Going forward, we should single them out for their actions. So if majority or minority act and there are consequences, mention them without NPP or NDC. Kwame Ejeyi Asante, constituency chairman of the NPP. Fortunately, and the speaker the ruling about, and the speaker's ruling, is to the effect that the parties have a say in who leads the caucus in parliament. At least speaker ruling or the aba and no. Hi Obi, kindly ask Kwewu Imprayeso MP and Abetifi MP, when are they fixing our roads? Imprayeso through Inkwatia to Abetifi, very bad road, and it's not good for Easter. Roads Minister, please, for the sake of Easter, come and fix our roads. Ya umreku ewo pepiase. Dome na uko eyache Inkwatia to Abetifi through Imprayeso yase kwano poto. Obi, good evening to you. I am disappointed with you. How can the NDC be behind the power cut in Accra Academy? And you read this message without rebuking the sender. And if you realize that I want it, and I would say station because I says I cannot read part of the message because I know so mentioned the name of the NDC. So I didn't read. If you listened to the message very, very well. Ma memma Percival Kofi Akpalu Akwaba only a founder and leader of the LPG. The LPG, a Liberal Party of Ghana. Akpalu Akwaba na pom te saying
Obi unya media che me ho ye papa se me so no pay me ma me amata fie Mary Boaben
amata ye me na na
owo me me table ni bia
okay
ne ho den kama na me ira adwa praman ono so me table ni bia
ono so ho ye
na me mansia no e ma mensa obia gina ntino na LPG ni bia so me kan chem se ne ho dodo na na se nti me hu se ne eye pa eye na ade ba ku bi na me so for fidie so na me ka kire aban say contractors no almost almost kafa
contractors why road contractors ana
cocoa road contractors no cocoa road
omo raise your IPCs
almost san kan musika na almost musica dia almost take action in terms of macro parliament crown ansia be say yini
so that been a minister for fraba no mako hu no there
na minister so no on etua so we koko road na koko road na koko board for etua
na so money road ministry na ye ho adwuma
ba Kofi so koko check because Marty say
asuma make
no there has been a changes
there be nyabotre me omuni madi nkomo koko contractor so madi nkomo omo se omo haw no entino abantwom sika mo na omo timi nko wi adwuma na omo shase because esa na adwuma na yakokoye adwuma mpire no because omo be kono na eho ayeden asase na eso omo san start ayebiem so
okay
already no so no omo certificate no raise na check omo withholding once I am tiska ni bitu retention no na say affect omo ni nyina so entino aban hwe na onyai na me hu ade kwa aban timi nje Sikan Free Bank of Ghana mfentu yankofoka
na the office ya jiska na kwa
na obi hwe koko board busam ko board na anu ekoto koko yi me mfa so bia ni so hwe sam ko jiska $800 million na make kan na mu say oboso mo in two tranches first $600 million the next $200 million $600 million num sko munya e $541 million and abrofone de ma na say o match $59 million hey $59 million say bet ma twa ko contract se ne kura sika o eti say ye ko jibu se ne Free Bank of Ghana we wouldn't have wasted that $59 million
ni nyina abeka krom ha
me broni kura ba kuroman mo ba ni impedifo no betena 1992 e ka chiro mo say fi no komo mo emprintisi kan fanto koku nemo o mo mbobusia na mo me syndicated loan broni no die bone papa e na impedifo so mo san ye o mo ditu e free was abre no enti we kura we $800 million matimu $600 million matimu $59 million afa e na mo de $541 million abre na obi $59 million bet me si factory be too ya waste scan ya wesu koko from abie ni won ma yekoto ni koko aye koma ne dollar ye the city ne koma koko farmer no so me I don't get it why we should borrow money to buy cocoa in fact some guys say ye busia na cocoa board for here say yes sheye ni akwa this can Free Bank of Ghana because the cities nobody ma wo mo no mo ton cocoa ni wi a ne this kana Bank of Ghana for this kana so make us out here.
No, say in recent time because I share cocoa board or more a car see abeda cocoa board na u break it can down. Un say e bin so a cocoa bonds Bank of Ghana raise at the man or more. It is our C bonds. And they see so money Sikan Free Bank of Ghana.
Mama
baby for the only better cocoa the magnitude in the Bank of Ghana M farmer.
Syndicated loan is
well
for so be any so boy car I say twem near this Free Bank of Ghana no mo fato cocoa no cocoa board the Bank of Ghana car o mo ton cocoa na scan buy abeko Bank of Ghana no matter musika na balance woman no dem cocoa board
something we can explore and especially because na sana na ye no ansa na ye cost syndicated loan ba nioma
fo na be dada e o mba ye no ka che
so mo say inflation
tabi o mo dada e o mo inflation atoja
a 200 make us and can evaluate and see if we can go back.
Cocoa free no more printing scam o dem chena brofo nyo many broni ni hwe obi o make us be pa o hu e ade ha me pa me ko fi polomiti ha me se ko je busian beto cocoa e ha me e se to ebo ase the Bank of Ghana na ewia ya tongo ko no na diskana ko tuaka
Asempa FM
obi so obe hwe bibia sa rose no ma ye ni nyina on say cocoa growing areas.
Sure.
Baby say ahafo, especially the new regions. Ahafo and now western north.
Yes.
But kwani nyina self.
But omanwie.
So they need to go back. Now, sir MPs, say me I MP for you see I got an MP na onye MP dey kwan be no betimi aye. Nibadi na MPP na this for you. Make us omo promise we no mo ye so mo twam
Sir.
Any necessary.
Now, Ombesi candidate or more appointed.
Yeah. But I say UK. I didn't think UK. I feel you're more premise any MB for
parliamentary elections.
But say on premise are not how be vacant. Obi and Bakono and I'm going to say me copy. Anything that Timinya people our parliament for so many years. Shall we say Oseche Mensabunsu? We are losing Oseche Mensabunsu. Us on copy. Joe Wise also on copy. Why? Because of
at the time Omoko Ebian Kobe lose primaries.
Exactly. But look at the kind of people are here lose Aveji. Look at all these people. I mean, they are libraries.
Okay.
But we are losing them because of this
primaries.
I don't know why they went to learn this. Minimum question as I do with free. And this MP common fund their senior account was in his yes, premise na this money.
So Okwane dey wow. And I would then I would there.
And MP onya she and MP onya so we Ghana and they lose because when you lose a person like Obi Amwa what is Shanipa caliber people
almost 200 years of experience.
It's like for new ones no more started. Na ni one call ban kwa no oba won che ye betunu.
Since you are there after our first term, there was no message
MPP ni NDC. Omumiyero tinase. No mka say free no ku ye giant premise bia for parliamentary. I mean, sani man na to betwa.
In the MPs na wo ho na nko saa.
Omonko okona so do we old man no so nko bi mo betima betena fi no bi fufa. Because we can't afford to lose this caliber of people that invest in. We've invested our money in them and we are losing them. Every time we are losing. Every time we are losing. I mean, it's not helping this country. Yeah. We need to
because Osha first timers now elusive primaries now. Not just effectively or you as an MP for about 2 years.
Exactly. Obi Cheme, any advanced economy. Almost our primaries. Chemba, America, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Cheme, Japan, Cheme. Say, say a co-promise. Now, yes, I the time so you. Near to know.
Because the Oba, yes, swear we in 7th January. ABI fans say 2021, and yes, swear we in 7th January. Watch 2021, watch 2022, 2023 now we call primary.
Exactly.
I don't know about now. Unya MP or Sabi, minister when you be.
Yes.
House one kasa kro ntena ho nsua ade enti da bia on nam because one pe bibia anto ne botomu a ye betunu enti parliamentary practice na kasa wo house one onya he
and also and I'm saying you pick most of ministers every parliament you know
and also weaken parliament further.
We need to amend our constitution and inside the free. So the
MPs will be MPs.
MPs will be
president. Build your executive team
and then come and work with the people. So I'm going say what 3 arms of government. Now where they intertwine. You be saying it.
America.
I'm for judges in so become way. So I'm for judges.
Their countries are judges.
Retired justices be correct me be head the parliament. Joyce Bamford out to add from Supreme Court no be
yes. Also we died we need those people.
Very well.
Say again sana ijejama say they kuidia. But MPP and this it's not them. No mka say enough is enough. Sabi we adiwe yanhwe ya emfa bi papa bi mu awo man it ye nye primaries bi ma. Obi atimi for so because the constitution bi am.
But when at the crebe sa decision na easy. Is when we amend the constitution.
No, any constitution.
No, meba. When we amend the constitution to take away that injunction on the president say also far more than 50% of the MPs from parliament. Because yes, and the nipa be rush parliament because the free say a easy route to becoming a minister. In this year no free ho. Near him say it is parliamentary business now. And non would disincentivize a lot of people from even going. But that rigor of parliamentary work, perusal bills, way no, and Yajuma be na appeal. And I'm not saying even supposed to do because of such general lackadaisical attitude towards the law-making work, you know, he had to find a creative way. He had a team minority members crack brains ɛwɔ so majority for bear 10-15 mono say bills ne ba because a bill ne ba na say who jail ma the entire plenary amasa
obi ani ho
why empty in there was say wonya omo na odi omo shut them go into the detail and do the real work why anya say and what it means they say nipa be break up parliament the real job of law making yenye because nipa ebi osan ye minister what's no conference wa or that thing should be off and no free wa it will be easy for the parties to then say okay say juma amoko your parliament the law making which comes with experience then yemfa bibimra and the ebia obi kwa at most nipa ni be 20 years of parliament and san the assessor no it will be easy for them to take that decision obi as it stands now they won't mean take it
just a minute. You see, when we draft this constitution we never attach the processor parliamentary the personalities the called parliament there was no credential around it.
The only thing is also you Ghana and also
exactly but 21. If you take our sister country Ivory Coast they have 3 procedures. It was drafted in 1972 by Ofebuanyin. Number 1, and Sana Obia be a member of parliament, your first resume and your first CV, you must have a certain acreage of farms. You find say you got to say 100 acre farm. Be bears, I be 1,000 bears. Piggery, 1,000 piggeries. That is your resume before you come to parliament. Number 2, Oba parliamentar. Na say wo ye appoint wa as a minister uja wakunwa ne to
okay
akunwa na uja to ho no the next king eye o chairman na o free constituency eba it ye to aba no constituency one way the other it's like MP and his running mate the assumption is that say
ye found
minister na nya fe na ye kwakoye run off ho ye nya ya adu se be seska it ye kwaye run off bia so the chairman also come and replace you in 2 things. Chairman of Abe replace you. So no say so nya or resume be which I'm saying say bia or you creative or you businessman or you farmer. So say na ye me right every lower menya so me di MP. The chairman also must have the same acreage because otherwise you don't qualify for parliament. Do you know what you are doing? You are building some enterprise in the constituency. At the time our constituency in the edu obiban wo na omo de uba o constituency no na hwehwe wo nyo no wo be hwehwe wo because Rebecca to say Mr. Tay or this much of farms it imrant any we school obi na adwin ni parliament so the first of all no the Mr. Tay here wo constituency who a betumi amana qualify as a member of parliament no no okoye
yes
it is the way we university enya fe na be wa adwin say Mama ko tran radio so na me di atem ho na be recognize me amama tumi akọ parliament but rather than you build your resume from the constituency na sabia phone obi uda so nkwan tumi ndo
untimi
obefa nipa o yet say yen akrache fo ada bia yen tumi ko aba akọ bobisia obobisia de be fa nipa so you are building the constituency it is over 275 MPs na wo nyina was a credential na obi ki economy and ka yesi ebesu ho no your GDP no can your export strength can to be bigger than Oma ye push on for parliament and the parliament is a job for the boys.
It's true. Honorable Oklete Taylor be a certain member of parliament amongst us here. My microphone, my name from Kakra. Good. My minty we akwaba bibia boko de. Constituency boko.
Boko.
Lower Menya Krobo. So seat in the wafanela.
Oh, Nyaminti.
But you are the candidate still,
I am the
right?
candidate still.
And that will be your 4th term.
Yes, and I'm MP.
One now sign sitting MP.
Baba, if you are an MC betunu.
That means one more candidate.
Listen, the MC betunu.
The MC na momo candidate.
Aye. Or the never pimping for
more. On concentrate on being the technical person on the ground representing the president.
Yes.
Obabe politics.
Partisan politics.
But you'll be treated as such. So no problem.
But MC, the such as a strong.
Oh well, MC, he never went to any election to become
the MC.
The MC. So well,
ne ho so jute so no anti election there.
But say on share that ball mafia there.
Oh, the boy.
O common fan no, o request o release it.
Well, a man, scanning the Emma, like a bar, and then
I go be release it.
Be release it. Or release it.
Is it the same person who contested you the last time?
No.
We're a different person.
No, deputy minister.
Okay, because on your idea.
Deputy minister.
Oh no, oh yeah, there. O close gap no.
Oh, you had more votes than Akufo-Addo.
In the constituency, is that true?
1922, yeah.
I'm sorry, last time you cried, the first one was 300 difference.
Yes, that was 26.
He got 22,000 votes.
Yeah.
In your constituency.
And also 2016.
No, in the 2016 it was only 300,000, 300 votes.
340.
Oh really?
Yes,
That's
2016.
and shall I safe seats, sir?
No, it's very safe.
300 votes difference. So how is it a safe seat?
Very, very, very safe.
Not the seat really was just an outlier. No outlier.
The 2016, they see what Ghana.
Yeah, it was a wind that blew across the country.
Across the country, and a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
But well.
But it has the MPP hasn't won before.
No.
We need that. Okay.
Yo.
Wow. Lower Manya Krobo. But come on, any idea about Parliament? I don't know what
well, the fact is, say, baby, we need a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because you see, currently, and they say, Ufa abaimu nipa. Ubafa abaimu nipa nyina. Parliament is most vulnerable.
Yeah.
In terms of perception, yenkrofo to abama ye. Bigidi says, Ufa abasi si ano si yenkope abaimu nipa. Ye di miensensi or the minister si or the MP si or the what do you call it? BC on ma. Ye di abana bebo MP no. Because the perception out there, no, said yeah, everything is possible.
Yeah.
With the MP.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate. Na ni nyina jina if you primary see ni we na yeko. Any the amount for year, ni the amount for can ni normal e course ni ade. Na me gidi say another thing which we are solving a problem no say we energize our base economically. Obi wo hono ma call maybe advanced countries, you know, when people are busy, when people have a lot of jobs, when people have other alternatives, it becomes a choice. It is not a means of survival, but it becomes a choice. Because if you are not investing, when you buy Hanuma, the difference not too much.
Yeah, sure.
So you made a choice.
Sure.
But where Nipano ADHD, because it's another way. I'm meeting there. And yes, because me university, me way, account, until it becomes bibia. It loses the essence.
Yeah.
Because it's all about me being a member of parliament. Or quoi? So sometimes, no maybe look, me a scientist. Now, every lawmaker must take interest in everything.
Sure.
Now, because a parliament, they are a learning place. No maybe look, irrespective of your level of education, who could do one so we are prepared. So you will learn a lot.
Yeah.
But the point is, say the okay, Nipana ba first year. First term, we December near to about
January are swearing in.
The following year, April, near see Uncle primaries. Can you imagine what we're going through?
Yeah.
The person's mind. But again, maybe someone say, party for no. If you are, I don't sympathize. I don't envy the party hierarchy. So I say, yes, I didn't know if how are they going to select the person of Bako representative of parliament? It's for now, no. I go say school and examination. Course systems, like if you go to Russia and other places.
Sure.
Ubeko school your terminal exam, end of year exam, they be I will do 5th year and year examination. But we have basic assessments. the exam wakako transfer which no e bia ukoye o masters and wakako tro examination ankasa because when systems they have built the system in such a way say you assess your performance they can be measured, but we don't have those systems in place. And how the person gets to win the election is what is important to everybody who wants to become an MP or a politician or something. And no idea I say if you're quiet I solve that problem. But one of them they say let's build a resilient economy that can create jobs, allow people to
have other options.
When the options are there, you I can say, look, there have been time. Let me hear Juma for University of Ghana Medical School say there were options. There were a lot of options because they say we call interviewer. My call interviews, baby.
Okay.
There was no pressure. I wasn't tense. There was no tense because I have a place. So they are saying. And I moved out of that place because I developed an interest in another area. And I'm calling. Not because me a desperate baby.
Sure.
Oh.
Sure.
And when you are moving from one place to the other now, there's no tension. But unfortunately, the situation now is not like that. Let's create the enabling environment to start with for people to create jobs. Let's support the youth. Let them get alternatives.
Yes.
Because a lot of constituencies people, I mean, they depend virtually on the MP. MP. If you don't do it, if you do it 2 times, the third time went to me
problem.
Go into their bad books. And who one should have a person or no lose it. So you go around doing things. Hopefully say a bit we have and also no M1. And we have a difficult task ahead.
Yeah.
Now I say one way. We need to start with building a very resilient economy that will support everybody, economy that will give choices, economy that will help people make choices not because they are hungry, but because this is where my interest is.
Yes.
When you come to parliament, because you choose to be a lawmaker, you have interest in everything. Because they say no honorable chairman Sankara ampa. When lawmaking, the most boring aspect they say when you have to consider the act, the bill, clause by clause. Every sentence you need to sit down, read. People make contributions or whatever.
It's a difficult job.
Yes. I'll be transit the whole day, sometimes late into the night. If only paper, sorry, and it's say who be beside a idea as I say, South American. No be brain, no be brain. Media, media, no, so most sometimes, BBSC or constituency. They will not call the MC. Only a friend
MP.
Yeah, friend MP. Wow.
And it built that perception.
But there was a time. Look, the news I buy almost frame me. I could say roads. And I spoke about it. I was trying to draw the attention of government, the minister. Say, I could say, yeah, maybe share normal government installations. And who be here say roads, we shouldn't joke with it. We can want them. Road no yet. But media no, I'm frame me anopa. And then now you and I'm going say, look, I can only advocate.
Yeah.
I can only, appeal to the president.
And that's what you've done on the
what I've done. Obviously, no. Then the next headline is that MP says he cannot build road. I'm saying, yes, it is true. I can't. I can't. Mean to be building road. And that was what they were running, with.
Yeah.
And sometimes, they don't know who your campaign, you ever call election. you as a member of parliament, you campaign for your president as well as yourself as a lawmaker.
Sure.
And you know, if I go to Akuse and I tell them if NDC comes to power, I will lobby my president to come and build the road.
And fix your road.
Fix my road. Yes, see, MPC.
Obey
And you know, communication, the way we also communicate, you know, sometimes. And sometimes, you know, be person about two, no, or come no man. Look, the last primary is Ekosiisen. There are people who said they'll be paying people, the branch executive, they'll be paying them monthly. They'll be doing this. Sometimes you ask questions. No,
to pay them monthly.
It shows you the extent of desperation.
It's true.
How we want to, you know, win power.
Yeah.
And no count. And Emma, every time, you know, look, Oba Parliament, because sometimes you took on your colleagues or other countries, sometimes you share your situation, hey, baby. Because look, when you go to just Nigeria, a member of parliament has a whole budget or the office. When I say office, there's office space now. What office? People who are doing research for you.
Yeah.
You speak from an informed position. Yes, sir. But trust now, guess it.
Sure.
Near day.
Sure.
And you know, you quality debate when it comes to commenting on policies and whatever, because you are coming from an informed position. And you know, when you are coming from an informed position, now we hear politics crowd, and you're more refined because you speak to the issues. But we are disadvantaged. Maybe by parliament, you know, we didn't have office. You didn't have office. So I mean, kakra office. If you start here, crowd, women need means of transport.
Yeah.
And then your cars are you crack. A lot of people don't understand why the MP should even be giving loan to go and buy a car. They don't give us fuel. You pay for your own fuel, maintenance,
you pay your driver.
You pay your driver, everything. And at the same time, we make a say, send a month for who you know, and you know, it's another picture.
Yeah.
For the cameras and whatever. And now make us say we are unable to distinguish between campaigning for my president or my party and myself
and yourself
as a lawmaker.
Yeah,
we are
difficult.
And the people among for in this political space in
MMDCs. So pressure be any
also.
And so the other pressure. Yeah. The other pressure almost for us to vote for them.
That's the point.
And we didn't. Yes. Your party didn't allow it.
The point is
making it political.
Yes.
Oh, that is how it's done everywhere.
Yeah, no, you see, the fact is that at the time, no, I mean, I blame, you know, the President Akufo-Addo for not allowing the referendum to
pass.
Yes.
Someone no,
let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
And then about Bawumia policy, I disagree totally with him. Are you saying that because I disagree with him, when do election time, Bawumia will not contest that? I mean, because the space, you know.
Honorable teller, be much any day now. His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, we invite you to a round table discussion. Me, Sidun Ketia, Kofi Botofe, Penny4, Ekotenasi.
From the parties, no?
Yes, and the Tenasi Jubilee House. And I say, Obasa Obek the additional regions. And no nature no so Obasa
FM.
Sebe Twaba.
MMDCs.
And you know, you know, I fear Junembra. Na yen hwe kwan be fa so aye be ye no na ayeye nti that time no mo fa papa ya so ko MPP new campaign chairman ye fa say Damboche was no na ye orientation
reorganization and orientation
they all there we nyina to adwene obi ade contribution by I just say a positive say ye nyina e be cause afu ye hu de buy NDC for no masa adani ade and adini so a two test majority
yeah that's
for the referendum.
Yes.
Now NDC ekuta half of the population.
More than 80% of turnout should vote yes. What I say?
Yeah.
In the Nipa do ebe pia ba beto aba no. And I will say 80% that yes.
NDC for starts on peki. there's I just say what to me
no. You see,
and this in our baby and this is not any baby. You catch this actually you can say yan to and one
no okay, tell me now talking baby.
Yeah, me can say.
Yes.
I mean, we have adopted a system of governance. You see, a democracy. Kebi mami kebi. You need dictatorship. We are what do you call it? Coalitions. We don't have that. We have a political divide.
FM.
We and them, sort of. We trade ideas. Also, the way back. We have had some of the referenda, Ekosiisen.
Yes.
For the
regions, creation of the regions.
Yeah, but you see, even the MMDC no, when election no, whether to have an election over them no, it did not require a referendum.
Yes, we could still have gone ahead without
to do that one.
But so that one will mean it will not be partisan.
That is the point.
Yes.
And what the NDC and other civil society groups and whatever were against was the fact that we share the way polarized no. So and interestingly, this year assembly election I took particular interest in what the Ekosiisen. There are places let's say a non-partisan, but the political parties were actively involved.
Absolutely.
But let me tell you something. There were places where dominantly, if you are the MPP, when we go to the general polls, MPP we need it by far. But this year election, to abandon the man.
NDC, Nino.
Somebody perceived NDC person.
NDC, yes.
Because they felt say at that level, no there, at that micro level, no there, a political party, but a Busiane, whatever relationship near the place, a role. Well, anything you first say when you introduce that,
partisan
division, I don't know what that area now. In fact, we are among for. Up till now,
but even when we know, we are living a lie because the point is, we claim, a non-partisan.
Yes,
but it's actually very,
but what I'm
very,
but the compromises at the bottom,
yes.
Easy. Look, let me give you one example. Ubeka say 2015 NDC, we embarked on a certain project. Say everybody, every card bearing member near the it was one of the things that affected us in
the elections.
One of them, me hormone. After the election, I did post-election survey. I asked for reasons why my own people, voted against me.
Sure.
Majority of the people in NDC who voted against me were the same people who voted against me during the primaries. Because after that massive, we did not even have the opportunity to reach out to the people to try and resolve issues. Because look, say among for taking a trend position, say for 1 month, the papa to resolve. Even crying basic primaries here, you call electoral college in the idea. How difficult it is to resolve conflict among 1,400, 1,200 people. No, I extended it to this level. And for that, I mean, who look, I was one of the guys who advocated seriously. Say, because we are not prepared for it. Because up till now, among 4 years, 2 or 1 year, we are prime ministers where there are certain people who feel say, oh, me to abandon man, tell me. So ni, as you may see, our NDC ni kra ekonantia me preso. Obisu ono or your NDC ni o. Obeye there or say obi be NDC ni. Me to ama John Mahama, ye say, but you call prime minister man to ama no. I am carrying it through.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing Ekosiisen.
Very well.
No start here. Let's start with the
non-partisan election of
DCs. I mean,
and then later
the laws are not cast in stone.
Absolutely.
We can still continue.
Many senior Talabi Nagino baby. The Cheney say, Baby, I try to quite a Honor me to Abanenka say,
conservatives. The partisan.
And if make time elections.
Sure.
I say yes, we are participating. Tama yes, assembly and Yamanemano. Not any party a Bia or Ghana. Everything was so jabbing. And also my assembly. And party when now they cost our time. You say no, you have a party
multi-party democracy.
Exactly. So party be actually filing the candidate. Now the better so about MC or DC, you know. Change of government bar say better about 7 it has nothing to do with the government. It's no more 12 or more Juma day. It's only the 2 years always ahead of. That's way 2 years and then the next 2 years no be so to omode. And no be boama sa matuni na be
na ma MPs so ho atom.
Yeah, smaller parties
because obibe enibeji that particular contest.
Oh, sure.
Because odo come manage budget. And at the same time, you know, said the Kofi Kano Obi, it will bring inclusiveness.
Exactly.
The woman no. So if the politics is from the base, the grassroots, the inclusiveness is from this base. They be American tell abi honum. I can tell you for the fact say yes say ekotoaba MC ya obenya NDC ni.
Okay.
What you say? The Kofi kai say 2 years lapses no. It's balls on him in that administration. Make sure say he will develop it. When the president is going to that constituency, he cannot do anything to go through him in terms of the security arrangements.
It's true.
So what you say? It's in indirect way. NDC a for contribution. Now development so free base. For me, this is my problem. Oko voter region. Yebenyabi. Side we near to position. Go for time na me start can ho asem president go for time. And am can say ye dwene side we ho a ye to opposition kra na ban ye be contribute. Because oko kumase a ebe MPP ni.
It's in your interest.
Yeah. Ubako for the new job in Norfa. Ebe MPP ni oko vote ebe into at any point in time. Obi security briefing. Obia or region any constituency. And MC is normally the head of that's ready.
Dissect ne message.
It's a dear partner communication and to me national security and to me free NDC near metro
MC
mayor MC ya to abayino. Not to me country and say today these are the security thing, these are that. I didn't have communication amount. How many NDC for now I'm to opposition now aban anyone mukasa. Catch me. What you say? She you better na ye din komo ya na enra ECD on problem be by. My friend no MHM keke. Oka about other developed countries the bigger political parties say we can Republican and the Democrat. Ye candidate biya na because ye be candidate na can 1 year. Obi security briefing be across to America. Sir opposition candidate ni ye ko briefing bi. Because yem pese ebedu stage bi a ya to abama no na fe na ye be ka say ye be transition into afen ye be man security brief. Ye briefing bi. It at the time I hear transition obi onimbibia that time you know the outgoing president also liaised with him. Because in the house, you know, maybe a president in the Tikurano, mayor now or Tihono, or a Republican, any elected Democrat president. It is state nothing. So these are the things. Mintia says, Yayen so much deep politics at this time, 32 years, instead of broadening our horizon, you know, parliamentary. I mean, this is my problem with them. By this time, Obi, can you money be on market to me than Daniel? Because of the Kofi dictatorship rule, Rawlings built this democracy around him. Ye ni problem bia Obi. The so long as when be a door na man am ye room die. Why are there? The aka no ye Obi, udi ni diaba. Where di ni diaba? Opa, yen trans na yen calculate. Rawlings time, how many Ghanaians na lawyers? And now muti ye can the number of lawyers that work from her Obi. My main kasa quadruple my grow over 200%. And I'm a boy. Into Argentina bringing ano. Yeah, then so political say suspicion upon suspicion. Into Obia and Obia. It has some unya can't to pet no be for other alternative route. No, I say bibia. As a young man, me that is my problem.
Very well.
Otherwise, in case in Koma ye ka MP niema ye kenyina obi ka it will not be any problem at all
on other jurisdictions. And I think Akwalu made a point earlier about say Oko USA omoye primary ADE senators and we Shamo ye NDC
primaries
Shamo ye NDC secretary or USA or say Obi tell Akwalu that in the US of A primaries are done for senators and congressmen, just that the political parties protect most of the senior senators. In the UC say the omoche parliament also chairmen would have been shielded from primaries. So Uncle US. Secondly, they mostly allow a senator or congressman who wins an orphan or a toss-up seat to avoid primaries.
Obi, let me help here because here you know the point is very simple. Let me use the current president who is over there. He was in the Senate for 36 years.
Yes. Joe Biden.
Yes, the Kofi can say there are sometimes knowing very well say Delaware Hona no free but a democratic seat.
Yes.
One, Obomodi. Two, Usha committees are not before Obekon no way by Obama by Clinton by into the positions in Ebibri. The point is that apart from say account protection, internal contest na Yama Kofi Ababa contesting they can negotiate say to the bia untai huni bebre. Into no behano or call unopposed or call unopposed. But at the same time they allow the state primaries in India, they are almost no crown yet to be now. I've been at Tego kind of find a problem, man. Obia to be. It's one here, crown now. Republican can elect a candidate for you. Because one more primaries in Antisaya, I got to a new job enough for Yako Nipa 500. Now, Sikamunya Dua, now one got to Obim Pawasama, no, I got to Yasika with Chile, near 2. And that is what is going on all the time. Internal wranglings obi nim say obi a we senior and I me man ma no akopɛ sika na ye de hawadwen but ho de obi atubi into when akɔ bribe no enti na ho no wote wa na be Republicans enti ka ye tu and this phone na be to bi oh yes because omo no
say mo bi e mo
no obi atubi
I mean can be true okay some of it like I said democratic registered voters but the point is that independence to be enti obi ho no ma obetuma ka cho say me pe tell abi what to man so me represent the state but abani do ho a onko to man John Mahama oti ase eti wo de ane de enti ho no bribe bi asem bi anim enti do ho no ma abehwe internal na na ye jemu
o mo James say challenge de wa akọ
woko kakra bi ne ehu say now for bit to say Edward Kennedy obi he was in the Senate for 48 years from the state of Massachusetts. But schools go Harvard or MIT or Boston. It was open source. Say now obi amfiri ho ma ya obetumi atu no. Mitt Romney ya na ote ho yi. Obi oye governor e wo Massachusetts. Oye governor ho. Obe try Senate race. See when win. But osan benya presidential candidate am a Republican. And then oye senator e wo I think
senator.
Oye senator either so Oklahoma no mo ho no baby. Ote ase. So the system now ye person obi ye person practice yen ye me that is my problem. Congress here okay in the developed countries obi so offer mature people who have experience said they take so why ye adwuma wa ha a contest elections obi betumi anya be 80% ranted to some 1 or 2 betumi awuramu that is how we groom it.
So the Obama be
exactly but Obama kro obi oba na from say a constitutional lawyer what should there wo these are part of the credentials I will say be a to me set mrebi say and say no be beba parliament they say be onya this experience. We are 10 years in corporate world, this and that. Into Obi Obano, Sabi, the phone crown American keka. Obi, onim bibia.
Osei Mensah was called for that, but unfortunately, but I think what I find amusing.
Oh, you wanted to speak to the program?
No.
Oh, okay.
What can be this about? Qualifications was here for MPs.
Obi,
the constitution no standard no a bit lower. It should be a Ghanaian.
And then you say 40 years.
20, that be 18 MP 21 and 18.
It is only the president that
president here 40.
Nana Obi ati Chrome na a student. A student.
Assembly 18, MP 21, right?
A student, a second year student in college. No what to me be two obi 4-term member of parliament. Obi na who expect say run on your school crowd.
Yeah.
Wa better parliament. Someone na net you see, let's have a comprehensive debate. So, our student in idea na more power ben obetumi to a parliament. Me say we be to 4-term member of parliament, a second year student in university. Obi me can say I don't want to be little sabi youth no, and yes I America. But say yet I say the system is in place. Now parliament in your place I sorry ko tena ho keke. Obi say me too and then e bi na obi say me 55 years. Me cry me show interest me per parliament too. Obi Sebi ke abrabo ayeboboni aboa all right. But I believe say sometimes experience require somebody. Me that's one thing I decided to support the regional minister.
The regional minister no.
He has 3-term experience. Wakobi wabedi regional minister or starting them fine.
Fine gentleman.
What
Sure,
37 years or joining said the infants come on I mean can't say ranting into me but what have quite experience. The point is that say original parliament is quite different from Obia Sabi Obi 47 years 48 I mean can't say on year why but Obi a dear experience no
very well.
And no beboa my democracy
very well. But one thing I find interesting with the US system, they said they mostly allow a senator or congressman who wins an orphan constituency or a toss-up seat to avoid primaries in the deliberate. But Oshe Nansenya primaries here, of course, your first term MPs will be we need orphan constituency one term. I mean, Charlie.
No, I think that we need to do more.
Especially when you talk about the toss-up seat, they are offer a whole.
But is it Mitt Romney, senator for Utah?
Utah, that's good.
Utah now.
This good.
Utah.
Obi, say Oshe baby emphasis senator.
Sure.
Na opens maybe a senator in ho. Na a whole like America decided say now yenko ye hakraya friends will be winner the
by election.
Yenko by election. Now Yakato say the governor have a right to appoint somebody for some 2 years for them to do some people and that 2 years meet one election. Either say midterm elections or general election for 4 years. Say otiase into obi your constitution e wadwuma bebreye
but Martin so say we say an honorable member was say moreover if you are a senior senator or congressman who deviates from voting in line with your party on certain major bills, then you risk facing private. Contest. But
I don't know. I was someone who said candidate baby ojina.
Yeah.
Ubetimianya Democrat or what red state.
Sure.
It is our bill na urban. Say favor Republicans. I don't expect him to be called Democratic side.
Yeah.
Because so risk or 280 the blue ayina. Liberal idea. Now the father saw a Democrat and he will turn the line of the Republicans.
Yeah.
Said the state so every because that is what they believe.
Bayenia Nana Pia virus MD State House and or say Obi just a little correction in the US. When you are 18 and registered to vote, you pick if you are a Democrat, Republican or independent.
But you can change at any time.
Just from the time of registration, what pick it? Good.
Baby Odom.
Baby Odom. Democrats vote in their primaries same as Republicans. Republicans cannot vote in the Democratic primaries, as being said, unless they change their party leanings, which will also prevent them from voting in their other
but
in the other parties.
Let him check some of the states. Five states to say Colorado, no many those states are Obia to be.
Like
Obia to be. Obia meba. Or say I will register when you are 8.
Unregistered.
There are some who vote. They are not registered.
There are some states who
you are unregistered. You have those who was recently what's the name of the contested Trump lady
okay. South Carolina.
Yes. Yes. What happened is that she was banking her hope on the unregistered
voters.
Yes, voters, because of also who say the Republicans, registered Republicans, they seem to lean towards Trump.
Yes.
And she was trying to leverage on
the Democrats and
the independents.
Very well. Wafa Kwabena Sapon say, Obi, tell my friend that primaries are held all the time in the US. The congressmen go for election every 2 years. Thus, primaries are done every 2 years. Uncle Kwabena Sapon. There are lots and lots of messages. Interesting. Hey, hi.
Obi, you see,
yes.
Beyond what we are talking about is the fact that we say 18 years. None of make a choice.
Sure.
It is the kind of information, awareness
at that age.
At that age, we don't have that here. We don't. As I speak to you, there are people who let it. All right, Waku school, university students.
Yeah.
But when it comes to what happens around him or her, we are not interested.
It's true. It's true.
What attracts us, different. And it, Tina make first no say yeah hand we use yes all play all a problem.
Yeah.
It will happen in the US, it will happen in the UK, and people will let go.
Let go.
Yeah.
Because of the way because they are well informed. They understand what they are doing. But I think that we need to really inform and educate the people more about what we are doing.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when we make choices, it doesn't go our way. We don't see the other person as our enemy.
That's true. We say, Obi, we should have legislative elections, i.e., MPs and assembly elections 2 clear years before executive elections, i.e., the election of president and MCs. It will help the electorate to know the different roles of governance. Ninoy Hansen Norte, MP, Tema Central. Honorable Yedase. We say, Obi, I am a member of LPG. I will quit immediately listening to Akpalu. How can I grow in LPG if it is the wish of my leader that the MPs should be maintained always? Nanam Ponsa Bedi Banana. On your LPG.
The other thing too is that you see, like Senator say, where we have established offices here, the political party office holders.
Yes,
it's another ground that it me groom and grow a lot of the young guys to take up.
Sure.
Sure. But in America, we don't have those systems here. And we handpick. And Emma competition.
Too much. Yeah. Obi, good evening. I've always said that if it's possible, let's have about 50 people in Parliament appointed by our traditional leaders, representing all the 16 regions, permanent in Parliament with backgrounds in law, engineering, journalism, medical, doctors, farmers, to help in working on contract and other valuable policies. Because what is happening now is not helping. Obi, I was with a minister who was also an MP, and if you look at the volume of documents he brought home from Parliament and the ministry, it would only take God to help him go through before the next day's sitting. William Sangmo. And I think William proposes maybe a bicameral chamber where we have an upper chamber. In the upper chamber, then you can have those say the UK in the House of Lords.
Na mukwa enosa no can retire overcon baby to say overcon
say US and only Congress, and they have the Senate and they have the Congress.
It can be Buapama and so no near be why back on your agent.
The Council of State. And that's why Kofor proposed and Kayam broaden Council of State into an upper chamber. So we have a bicameral system.
In its own division, the definition,
yes.
I think, sir, and can you be bad? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Because in every other jurisdictions, UK, America, one more other councils are two Obiafo.
Yeah.
Council of Security, Council of Foreign Affairs, Council of that. Into a bar, at the end, a inclusive. It can be a Council of Foreign Relations. What do you say? Kenano, Victor Behonumina Mubi. The former foreign minister, some former top diplomats, almost nothing near foreign issues. Nanado
national
agenda near the abro. So on the patri. But there's a Council of State just said I say redefining because
I think that maybe an upper chamber.
Currently, I think the current speaker. He's been innovative.
Why?
He has been very innovative.
Bagman.
Very innovative because of
his long stay
in Parliament.
Also, look at say Nwache. 137 here. Now everybody talks about being difficult to handle. But because of what Chow need to know. What
system
the two
not necessarily so they are two, but I won't say
what if camera anymore?
We're creating a certain space for former members of Parliament.
Oh, sir.
We're engaging a few of them. When it comes to you, we know when it comes,
they come with their experience.
Yes,
okay.
And very innovative, and you practice here for some time. To give room for the creation of the
upper chamber.
Because we can't afford to lose.
No, sir. Yes, it's a brain. You see, you lose that institutional idea.
You can't afford to lose. I mean, he has been there for long.
Sure.
He was very knowledgeable.
Obi.
We have to. Inusa Hussein.
Yeah, Inusa Hussein.
He's very-
Solid guy.
we have to bring
Yeah,
all of them.
very solid.
Obi.
Yeah, honorable.
And then me bano, me prepare for some discussion.
Oh, no, I'll come to you now. Don't worry, don't worry.
Come on. Parliament go
Me-
no
no,
really
no.
national agenda.
Yeah, but what I'll do is topics now this Sunday, you know, the one of interest you pick it, and then I hear your views on that. We say, Obi, aren't the MPs responsible for their predicament? They go promising heaven during primaries. So the impression is that there is a bottomless pit for you the moment you are elected into parliament. And I think in this conversation, this one says, Obi, on this common fund issues, the common fund is 60,000 or 70,000 quarterly. When you see 140,000, then it's for 2 quarters. Obi, MPs spend not less than 70,000 every weekend when they go to their various constituencies. The monetization is scary, and it's scaring some of us, the competent youth. Lawyer Andrew Ejapa Mesa, MP for Sekendi, uses his common fund to develop the human resource in his constituency through paying of school fees. The money is too small for the MPs, but all what we can say is God bless him so much for such initiatives. Bobo 2024, Ibu Ewo Sekunde Nadiwe Aba. Obi, most of the problems come from the MPs themselves. The kind of promises they give during the primaries make their constituents look at them as agents of development. It was to overcome this that the MPs' share of the common fund was even established or introduced by the 1996 Parliament. It fits that perception. Where's Obi? The NDC's position on non-partisanship at the assembly level was perfectly right. What some of us were against was the repetition of what happens during parliamentary primaries. Okay. And where say Obi? The new wave of change does not necessarily need old men and women to steer the parliamentary affairs. The young ones arguably possess more digital knowledge and power to move things faster. Most of the existing parliamentarians were born before computers, so the younger ones must be given the opportunity. Gastiman Ewo Brikum. This one says, Obi, tell him rather to advise the VIP to be truthful and honest in communicating his messages to Ghanaians, but not the usual deception. And we're here to Chairman Kojo Boateng Agyemang, Eric Ejay. Also, greetings to Chairman Kojo Boateng Agyemang. Eric Ejay, we say Obi. Okay, I think I've dealt with this one. Mama I'll give my senior brothers here in the studio the opportunity. Now, issues are egu upon us, no. Obi afa ba ko edi ho nkomo na ya sorry me ba sisi amoma misima me no Ekosiisen so stay here.
Ghana Fui Franco Esa the electrical appliances for Bedaswo washing machines, Asian women yopo, CCTV cameras, any dog clear. I be you know that. Seba mobile phones, this are iPhones, Infinix, Nokia, Samsung, any the home, anyone says you see na Franco. And now bring the air papa, ne water foam say Franco air conditioners, every 1.5, adequacy 2.5 horsepower, Samsung Franco TV, every 32, adequacy 85 inches. Franco, Essence tabletop, double decker, any chest freezers, and change na mahoden kwa. Shisha Franco kwabata biye benwo. Name of head office, Ewada Braka, one in Roxy Cinema ne die nimre. Friend 0246 422 338 and a 055 5939 311. Franco electrical appliances papa. Efie.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Intuitive navigation. Navigate through an array of revamped categories that cater to all interests. Join the conversation with our interactive comments section. Get live TV,
confidence of the football community.
radio,
You can actually borrow.
and podcast of your favorite TV and radio shows on Joy and Adom platforms. Powerful search. Find any story with ease with a simple click. Access precisely what you're looking for. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
Hey, Pedro, Nansen, who ya Pedrianu?
Ama Kingdom Garlic Bitters and Capsules no me no me no. Menu mu atosoma. E na Nansen hu se obesore na me na ho. E ya na me kwa jogging o. Ahode na bedwa. Mitimi nante afuru sane a. Menti brebium sanse. Emoja ne timi free adwuma. Ana immune system no so eye na adwuma.
Kingdom Herbal Center for Dre. E na wudi ho adanse no.
Me na mese wo sese de ofura mefro wusane nso a mesane.
Anya kwadwo, mesme di asem asio. Kingdom Garlic Bitters and Capsules na daroma. Ene amama yo besima.
Oyiwa Kingdom Garlic Bitters and Capsules dra. Food and Drugs Authority for ajatum sa boost to immune system. Wa kese boost obesity wedropa. Eni ana rheumatism arthritis. Kingdom Garlic Bitters and Capsules. Mo amopedo do to enko Kimberlin Avenue. Okaishi Drug Lane. Ewo Enkran. Drugstore biemu we sabetimi akabi. Betimi afre Kingdom Herbal Center for 0275 804064 and 0302 938153. Kingdom Garlic Bitters and Capsules.
No challenger.
Anytime I feel lonely, feeling sad, only one station makes me happy. When I wake up in the morning, only this station makes my day. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa FM. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa FM.
94.7 Asempa FM Sony Ekosiisen dwumedie no asugusu a wutie no ma yana mu nyina ase ne ma mu akwaba in studio Honorable Ebenezer Oklete Tay Labi oye NDC MP representing the people of Lower Menya Krobo in the Eastern Region. Sanso and a Percival Kofi Akpalu, leader founder of the LPG, a Liberal Party of Ghana, and Chairman Kujo Boaten Ajiman. We've been offering Chairman Kujo, a former NPP constituency chairman, a New Joabin North constituency, and also a Eastern Region. Omoni anyone ED and Komoyeda Monswa Sese Majibra Mutie. And in 15-20 minutes time would bring the discussion to a close. By way of Obi, today you are discussing pertinent issues on your show. As a government tutor and a student of politics, I've been speaking against MPs taking ministerial roles, which weakens parliamentary procedures. Nana Prempe or Shiashi and Uduwe, but Nana Prempe Medase. We say Obi, I think selfishness on our behalf as a people, on our part as a people, is making the good systems put in place to govern the country not working as planned. We must change our ways of thinking in Ghana and trust that we can make things work. Gamel or Ewutu or Brachere. Greetings to Pojoba Taylor B from Joseph Bowers, Pojoba National Secretary. Yes. We say Obi. Let Akpalu know that Osei Chemen Sabunsu also came to Parliament when he was young. Clifford, Canada. Where's the Obi? To begin with, our parliament is a joke for using English to debate instead of a defined national language. And so every other thing, unless changed through a constitutional review, will remain the same. K Osei or United Kingdom and Uduwe Brain. Obi, good evening. My name is Ajiman. The NDC man is being hypocritical for the assembly election. NPP and NDC do primaries or say for assembly elections, NPP and NDC organize primaries to even choose their candidate for the assembly elections.
I deny the fact.
And the moment the parties are the end trouble. Because I'm more vetting. Some parties more vetting.
Primaries
for the assemblies, no.
For the assembly, you know, they're vetting. All we do is that we identify people.
NDC me on the support.
But it's the American saying.
So what man is kaka cry.
Yes.
Among for no, do party no so influence no. A lot of the time no. We take relationship into consideration.
Yeah. Sure.
Which doesn't
say Oma creative room be certain government. Say or no to me the 20% of the
30%.
Yeah, government appointees, no, 30%, yeah.
It is NDC will be more. Now we appointed 30% assembly members. Now we appointed MPP for the.
Now we appointed NDC for Nkwana.
No, but says if we get to the level where we would elect.
All this
say you better obey DC. Now you're to obey assembly members. Then the government appointee concept will be off.
That is why me support to Sardina system now. Say government, you know, appointing but me go no appointing the opponent. Now no control assembly.
Yeah.
Development.
That's the interesting part is
here behind that.
Just a minute too. Obi yaya elections. This assembly elections. So fe na ye
Yeah.
Yakoto aba until next year now be afraid assembly na 1 year.
1 year.
Say government change here. Appointees are all
no so the the idea behind appointee at the end bad to get technocrats to come and complement but see the party executives polling station organizers
appointees be crying in grow to me.
No,
but parties so why appointing
over the two-tier government, you know, the number nominee.
Assembly, DC now, the number.
DC no, appointees, you know.
That's 1997. 1997, me assembly. My assembly mapping.
Oh, sir.
From Diamond Letra area, I will feature. 1997, yeah, no one
elected assembly.
Oh yes,
okay,
yes. Okay. Because said me electoral area was one of the areas. That time on not 96, yeah, election every year.
Yes.
It na Rollins and new hopper. Na crash na that time on file. We say na CDR time to no be answered then actually. It no a CDR ni. Just a prominent one district idea me call computing. It na Rollins and new ho. In that time, the old man, Honorable Hackman, who said, no, so I be contested in 96, and we win the MP. The year later, yes, I did.
Yes.
Woman, you know, who be Jimo, what you say? And I'm winning election now. When I make assembly, but they do that, I will register. So, mutual registration. Another member, Dimechi, honestly, been kind of honorable, which would you know what me be a
well, you see, no. That time I that was what we envisaged.
Yes.
In coming out with that law, say 30%,
and yet technocrats.
Yeah.
But that was the main thing.
Be a medical superintendent or district or no engineer.
We have left all of them out.
Lawyer be or no aba just to come and compliment. See how government appoint. Can't be a government ubesu.
And no am elected ones in the crown quality no.
And also about from
about from far.
But so
the idea was say you sheni nyina hwe oti area bi da bia na me name professors name teachers ne ko obi a area bi mpanimfo ate ho the renowned people ye nyina believe say ka wo mo na say mo ye representation from that idea because say the chipping idea nti no obi any interest wo nti wo be ko no
na say and also a chicken and egg situation because the point they say Ghana, especially, the so-called middle class. Bebre na ni assembly member kro nim no. So we've gotten to a point the presence of government in our daily lives, it is missing gradually because I mean me fee my wall me dying, me the electric fence, wire eguso,
I don't care.
Me me poly tank. Me want me plant to be ewofie. It is a bandum kanye wanum kanye meet mass on me plant. Insure my true me borehole. Insure begum security. Ghana police has bebo mo me Miami wall. It is any panel. Onya free adwuma tena ne kemu. be any gate near refie the community the Ekosu ho, and then the Ekosu and Fanny ho, assemblyman or Nimino, die there to Abacro, Nim Sanko.
Yes, system now, yes, setty and now quality. Where Mammy can be sure. Say, as someone walking anywhere in the other jurisdiction,
yes,
taking like US Mamika. Assemblyman, I'm from
councillors,
yes, Obi, the quality. It's no from
the quality no because more interest they are interested in how they are governed. They are making say because a man for government presence any of my life. No, you know funny who because I don't know uncle friend DC in because I didn't means you ma I don't me manya means you me wa me generator me nya kwase me fia me na me let me tell you
the genesis of the whole thing. Unim the big also na when Jerry Rollins about scene no,
yes,
there were a lot of people who felt say we crowd a wine respect I remember very well. Mean to be the actual year. No, I was in Lego in the 80s. No? Time I almost started this assembly way. No? We had lectures, we had whatever, and there was this porter.
Yeah.
Na Obi Munu, but assembly election, no, a buyer. No, the lecturers did not. They didn't really.
Yes. Inform.
It what do you call it? Protest. You know, I'm going to contest here. The guy was even a messenger. And you know, Rollins time, assemblymen they wielded a lot of. They were even at that time not obey a member of the council.
Okay.
Bibisa. There was some
urban council. Yes, I know them. Yeah.
After the panel, I could do one. After Mokase on yesi. And I remember there was a forum.
Yeah.
And one of them, sorry, catch it. Said, look. What they did by
man show interest because I'm for
and the same thing you see Uba even in crafting them constitution and you blame the MPP. You see sometimes you more be above fear Ghana
bar association
whatever.
Then how then do you blame the MPP? They were not formed at the time.
No, what I'm saying is that the antecedents.
Okay.
Oh, the antecedents. Obviously, you need job for transit anyway. You see classified people and you know. You see him now you're the most knowledgeable person. No one found on they could see but down for in here. Over from a party or ballers. No one did it. Well, and you know, just I don't mean whereas I won't take it part. They could have made, you know, informed contribution.
Yeah.
Like we had in this our elections. Okay, from time IPAC changes about political parties. No, when they started. Taking part in that, no.
But which should be continued.
So that is the point.
Which should be continued and reform.
Yeah.
Obi, as someone honorable king, at the time 92, political elections in MPs who compared 92 to the year 2000. Now they compared and then the quality in parliament. Obi, I can tell you say and then I say first no in terms of the quality. Me find MPP party and your typical example. 92-96. If you know every candidate, especially in Eastern region that I know them, Obi, me ni say that time and quality I compete primaries. Or they compare that time because that time Obi to say Sibe Papa no, ya be man no, Honorable Hackman Usajima. When they are omupia, you see the quality abrabo omaboni ade to young lawyer Obano. And your wife say only senior lawyer no compete. Begro. At the time, that Professor Finney, they are the representations of the MPs. What I say, when you have that caliber, Obi, going forward, say you were expecting that too much. And the diminishing now, the quality now you crying,
but the argument of comparing the quality in two different areas, and you fail.
No, it's fair because when you are growing it, you're growing it better.
Of course, as I will compare between Messi and World Pele, when they are the best of all time. Two different areas, the quality maybe, no, I agree. The 96 Parliament was a unique Parliament. Quality in that parliament, a unique at the time. It's a difficult comparison.
At the time,
no, it's not.
There is. You can't compare.
We spoke a lot about this. But me what concern be.
My own fan announcing I my own fan concern.
Yeah, you see, I see my baby came. I can't be that. When I was a lecturer, I was tech. We call radio. So some of our lecturers were criticizing the students.
Yes.
Say more money, or more day. Now we're attributing it to the educational system. Now they're about 3 years, 4 years. And I'm be say you know be honest. Yeah, time and when we went the university, getting first class was like going for gold from the deepest, whatever.
Yeah,
it was very difficult.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. And it, is it that we are? But now, mathematics those days. Now, Professor or Lego.
Yeah.
Who are you to get first class or
mathematics?
No. Professor Temple, no money. We know. Professor Temple, who no crowd usro. Who no crowd usro. Uti observatory. Akwa transi.
Yeah.
Boy, BBA, who say prof. He was our or background usro crowd because to be can. Uti, you are sitting here. There was one guy who repeats Prof, you are still sitting here. Some a bit more 3 years course, no. A bit more the best 6 years and a year at the time. At the time, no information was not that close to us.
Sure.
Exactly.
Information was you see anything, the grammar was
a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
But now, go to Nima. Go and see how people are using phones. Mobile phones.
Yes.
Of course, what is the quality that you expect?
No.
The argument is perfect.
This is the one error. No.
Yes.
One error.
Yes.
The information is so close. Look, I remember. Those days, we had one book we have read, Vogel, chemistry. We lab now. We if chemistry session or no, they are quite see dondology for one session, and I say history and archival studies.
Yes.
Because one pet. The honor of your references were into look to the Quaco see into Pombe say 8 and now they are going over. Go another person will go for it. Now all those things are here. And they have more information and one is smarter.
Yeah.
The only thing is because one more information, Ama will taste
different.
What they look for right now, no?
Yeah.
I go say who long jump. Say no, obey hop, stop and jump.
Sure.
No jump. Because they know what is there because of information.
Yeah.
And who compare? Who do you compare?
Errors need different. One other thing is until 96. Now all the stalwarts in the NPP the building of the party from 92.
Yeah.
Now umunya any such opportunity to express themselves in parliamentary debate. And when the opportunity came for the first time, no, all the big guys around and now Juma on their own, Juma UN, Juma have building businesses near, I don't know, they all came. And then this era is different. And Obit Me Free University.
Yeah, that's right.
So I am in Nyoma year when the constituency he can end up in parliament. And so make us comparing the quality. In the
and then I should have kept quiet for you to bring this part of thing in the discussion. Because when you say that, then you are not going to get the quality as this time. What you say? Because what I'm trying to say is that we need to build the quality right. Now, senior can be built. And more kind mean challenge the technology help us to broaden our horizon.
Yeah, right.
It is and now the upper other developed countries. Mean Jaha and Chakontompo catch so much komachi. But you make to say with the same example that we use here because you know before university no one constituency what I'm trying to say is that so before university now jump to parliament now catch me say obi to say or honorable Asafo Mafo and as honorable Hakman Usuajiman obi call parliament now we build a certain stature a procurement the rest. Then I don't know the change. I'm coming. That's another technology. What you say? But the America just a developed country and conform. Say, and then you to me surgery. And then young cattle. You're building technology to the extent say a robot create to me. It is still building up the Kennedy The quality hasn't gone down, but they are all trying this too.
Okay, we'll shelve this argument for another time. Mamintie Akpalu concern, Honorable Member. His Excellency Akpalu.
Yes. His Excellency, the former president, John Mahama.
Yes.
That's what can be say all corner which are
stabilization fund.
Of 300 million.
200
was it up to 300 million? 200 and something. Okay.
Maybe so now our account be
as a stabilization fund Obia.
Bank where?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah. Where would it be?
The chairman me busano. Because when we say we are in your problems in our economy now. Near you see size Canada stabilize.
Yeah, they stabilize, sure.
Now at the time, I say April 2014. And a seeding Katia Air Champion is a Yenusu Heritage Fund.
Yes.
Canada to one
for a generations yet unborn.
Nana Civilization Fund and now Honor and an Occupy Heritage Fund in Aquaculture.
Oh, say no, I think the argument was the stabilization fund at the time was there.
At the time it was
it was
now a binding yes
that was floated and yes
a stabilization fund no and no to use it to stabilize the economy.
When there is an emergency with the approval of parliament you can go in there.
NASA stabilization fund.
Yes.
So ne bi wo ho no ma.
Yes.
And then na heritage fund no.
For what?
I think the argument was about okay, say sika so mine was sika. Yemfa bi nto say they train actually man.
It is say
you don't get had a different opinion.
It wasn't like
at the time now mo hwiska. No they needed money in this country. That's what no mo call IMF no.
Yes. Around the same time.
Stabilization fund one ma come compare the
let me tell you.
Etino o ma use scan no. Ama no na sa. And the bakuna budgetary support no so and they send your fee and you did that. Send the nobody. And I'm more stabilization fund no di account. Eti mo di wie no. O mo pe heritage fund no so be pay so. And send get any bread in say scan no. Ye ni mom. Eti me na no ya me te say jomo ma ka say and no muja $300 million
dollars.
Yes.
It is a parliament said the workers was ever parliament for approval. It you know said the honorable or no parliament.
Let me just remind you.
My own
chairman. Let me just remind you.
Budget line.
COVID no buy.
Budget line.
COVID no buy. No. Ken Ofuriata by parliament. And obesiki approval for the use of that money
of the stabilization fund.
Yes,
because I remember that.
Yes, Obaye, and Obaye.
It you know, Obaye say, send Obaye, revolving. Obi na butre, revolving fund. Eti other as at the time omo kono no ma di omo de no eti we mo di omo so meba na butre
enye revolve no me patron because we are educating the public.
So
we share PM
me di am kamenu
okay wo de we
mami nu ohene
okay
revolving the sense that sikana ebegum aho kire ba na wo hia okoje na wa yusu.
But we are one fund every sign triangle. Every year money revolving. The
revolving
oil receipts no percentage
every year ebi begum.
Sure.
Eti ebi begum no. Eti kenovalata kwakwaji bia. Na ye de omo no edi begum omo time. And omo kwaji omo de. Eti and this for the no di because utie asori na se ga ni bra na abresa time say heritage fund na de twen kura ondi nka ho. Na o se nkura na ne hwamo. Future na ne hwamo. Na esika goda baby na koje 1% interest. Hwe, e one follow say you know. NDC niska. Say sika pa da honom na NDC say sika na honom. Na stabilization for pay no muja no. O me say account pay no muja no. Okay. They will tell us which bank that money was sitting.
Unim say for no, I get you. But I say for funds be to say heritage fund, stabilization fund, sinking fund. These are funds what the backing of law
and law.
And you fund the be out to make us because I will share all receipts how it is broken down. It's all established in law.
Mahama ho chere bae no. Mahama ho chere bae omoko IMF. Tina size can ni wo no mo akofa. Sereska bi wo ho no ma.
Okay,
no 300 million da ho. Na Mahama say we jai
I believe that your point is well made. After honorable me
that's it. And say you see in the midst of assembly na utwa ho na udi advice ho time His Excellency John Dramani Mahama transe okan say
Asempa FM
energy sector your problem wo hono and you know we have to find a way you dey solve that problem no and all the energy sector levy here the energy sector levy was supposed to take care of
legacy debts in the sector.
That's right. 2 Ghana started say eco commercial loans from Kufuor time 750 and you know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama buy on also call bond market no and you know in the wisdom of the president nini advisors no it's no ye sika na ye kwakoji no sika na ye kwakoji no ebedu mre bia ye betua and you know ye receipts bia beba no ye beti bia dey na dey atoko in the friend sinking fund say sika no ansa na ye be fi aban mu no now we have about 270 something million in it and into President Kufuor ne bond no
and all those funds are with the Bank of Ghana, I suppose.
Enti edu ho no eno na omo de tua ye COVID buy ye no na ye ho akire ni eniska no the same fund na stabilization fund na ye establish ye no at the time no e wo ho no eno na kenoforiata ba parliament na obeka chen say ye man kwan na den onyusu and that is what the law expressly says and it Jessica da ho no obi akwakodi no obi akwakodi and it is a okase skano ye kodi ye ni ade na ye ho kire ye no asiedu nketia chairman general argument na buy no where we flow to the idea no say there were people of the view say skano ye fan develop ye ho sesia na ye building on it
because at that time the economy was a bit challenged with Sikasem
that was we're looking na ye hwe that was when the idea of free SHS we were looking for where to get money
from
to
fund it.
And I can say, okay, people were saying then we should use President Akufo-Addo even said that if you have to use the petroleum
from oil petroleum
whatever you know that idea was floated around and also make a comment. In fact, I don't remember exactly what he said, but that was what happened. Yes, now ye nisika na ye but in any case we share the amount of money na gum na when we went to the IMF no sika ye kunya any the policy credibility ye build ya e ma ye build ye timi grow in 2017 GDP timi grow to 8% and yeah stabilization fund no na get between solve your problem but that doesn't mean say ye the cat name say the future e build up ye timi fa bi dey AC and no Obama used to say a yen be very
well. We say Obi, we seem very clingy with the current constituency or constitution of our parliament, and our politicians we all hold strong in our admiration. We enjoy their display in parliamentary practice both in the house and beyond with finesse. The moment brings back the nostalgia of reminiscing those days when the stalwart of the days were exiting parliament and retiring from active politics. The days of Kwame Nkrumah and J.B. Dankwa to Buzia. There also came the days of J.H. Mensah, Darocha, E.T. Mensah, and the likes. The presence of social media and cheap means of receiving information has broadened the horizon in political participation, hence the wide knowledge of our most active parliamentarians. And as such, we may miss them for what we knew them for, especially when they are exiting the chamber. However, there is still hope out there for some promising MPs like Sam George, Okujetwa Blacko, Pong Kroma, and John Kuma and the likes, who come with the necessary skill set to keep the light of Parliament active. So we have less to worry about. We shall enjoy the succeeding ones like how we've enjoyed in the past. Lawrence Mawuli Apalu Onuwo Odododio constituency. Obi, check the football teams in 1996 and compare it to today. Everything in Ghana is going down the lane. Black Stars of 92 and today, huge difference. Ken Ewo Holland. Obi, good evening. Please, I like the discussion, but this idea can be initiated by the political parties, thereby allowing a first-term MP to go unopposed to avoid parliamentary primaries. Also, I think our constitution must be reviewed such that if you are an MP, you cannot hold a ministerial position. And if you are a minister and you want to contest for MP, you resign as a minister. Thank you. Samuel Afum, Ewo Kolta. Eastern region and on the way abba. We've done 42 minutes after 6. Into maybe 3 minutes each. One issue be upset or touch on. Honorable Oklete Taylor. Yes.
Very much, Obi. The fact still remains, say, comparison, there were two different errors. You get it wrong.
Okay.
Because even in the economy, it may rebase. Sometimes when you compare one era to the other, and one way or you get it wrong. But the fact still remains, the challenges I want to say more. There are solutions.
Yes.
And the question is, are we ready to do that? Mm-hmm. A the human factor, and answer your competencies near comes into play. Because baby, you fear about do high, I wouldn't say Yakoyechi. Yakoyenim, but the challenges are more. Mm-hmm. Because Ushe, my classmates, we used to about 40 years in here. We met recently, mm-hmm. and we're reminding ourselves of the days Upie Filegon. Now ba Accra Central.
Yes.
That's the last straw no echemu unye bi famba. Now it is a thing of the past. Yeah. You go to our libraries, they say no, everything is digital. But the fact is that the one are making competencies they say product now you crown. Mm-hmm. How are we using it?
Yeah.
How is it benefiting us? Well, anything say ye chronobo katasise chronism ni we ni every one. You been just no more because when you go to the advanced countries now, what we make you reference to to a large extent, trust. Because nipa no obano, enya ni intention first oba be ma ejuma na bofom. Enya ni intention oba be ba be wia. Though I am not saying it's almost one akrofo ni on. They have them, but at least trust the more system no better, and that's the reason why Bia. Uma 10,000, then you find the 10,000. The Bahanuma, who no be the at the expense of the company. Yes. And no, and then yet you are the cocoa board. Look at cocoa board. Look at where we have gotten to. Now, Ubeka say, "Oh, and you want cocoa price near the stable?" No. One, and then it has been proven say, "Woman, we galam say what cocoa farms, ye party people." Wo uti hono ma no mo the paper aba say your man paper from hand ma be 2 gallons say wa hanu and affecting the cocoa production and e ma cocoa be then reduce won and it no e ho and ye dishonest ni ye trust ni ade no ye use e bring down cocoa production and therefore affecting the economy. And if there's another country that doesn't do that, because you go to Cote d'Ivoire, you can't go and do those things. You'll be in trouble. You need permit to even cut down one tree. Oh, Cote d'Ivoire. And say Cote d'Ivoire produce cocoa more than us because they are disciplined. Wamu more disciplined.
Okay.
And wamu adhere to rules near than we are doing here, and it's no difficult, and no near difficulty. That is what is bringing us back, because say ene yekochi party near the way I be treating it different. And I say uko babia recently. Sorry, let me bring this in as an example. Recently, I'm a ranking member mines.
Okay.
On what do you call it? Environment science. We went to the mines. Now there are some mines yama omu concession, genuine ones. Womu year exploration and mining areas, and they are womu use best practices in the year. Womu so womu hono musa ubehunu na obi aba. Womu concession idea ma womu no bi so aba be fa baby. No yebi edinam. Okwa no si from power order from above your money paper no ba ni ade. Ni nyina ye political systems no ni ye cronyism ni normal ye ni practice ye kum Ghana no. It at the end of the day no, what is going to happen is say those people no will not practice mining no omunye clean mining.
Yes.
At the end of the day no ebe affecting no buy wo hono no. And the crops cocoa other crops near the nyina no mu di railroad because they mine now me no, they go fishing in the Red Sea. They just dig round. They don't go with any scientific whatever information near the nyina to omu ye no and don't have ekwa na ba affect ye e wa hanom. Wow. And affect ye so I'm using cocoa board as an example. Affect ye na wie no so no. Wo cocoa catch na say cocoa board CEO na so wo honom no. And then because of political parties, you know, you have loaded cocoa board with a lot of party apparatus. You know, you'll be paying them. It will share one more expenditure, ni one income, and you know, you will always be operating at a loss. Look at PBC. You see a quack tongue woman, and it you know, much as Yanko Yechino, tell me believe you Yanko Yechino. We have the resources, we have technology, we have whatever. You bet me use to idea come out of this, but didn't you know borders on our competence and our honesty? Need trust her. Yeribe Juma, and I say, a man who a dream papa. Any one my absent, you know, and then my do baby I do. And it's no better say be ya quiet. But honestly speaking, you know, quiet is we can also perform. You know, yes, you bet me a Juma. Anya building and country if you uphold one thing, truth and honesty. Now you the competence at 30 years. You be going
Medasi honorable Akpalu me pacho Sima miensa
yo Obi baby a me start here say want to masi me say sa revenue no say 100%. And you say the 70% air support to budget. Nearly 21% air support to stabilization
fund.
Now the 9% are heritage fund. It is 2 on a dachi. So why you understand? Now we can fall on it. Sir, one a bit many dream pass 9% in a kit 1 woman. Didn't anybody actually say, or so use 9%, you know. Say 21 no any 70 no e wo hono what the 9 year but what did them can say so meaning say 21 na ni ho and 70 ni so ni ho na Obi amochira ba Ghana hanom ema Ghana you dwane ko IMF so be kaya na stabilization that time so not oil prices in the city near that they know until they stabilize the economy. No, it can almost use it.
It was not enough.
It is high stabilization. On because enough. Martina say, It's in a bianca and on coy. So a bit longer to be cowboy. A bianca. You know, we moved by it was 2017, 2018, 2019. Sa stabilization almost bob no. And now what's about 2022 almost quite say
fall on.
Exactly. Yeah. Nesabiana. Muhammad Jano, Mama and Yabiao.
Remember, we put it say verifiable.
Yes,
Bank of Ghana.
We need to get those figures.
Sure.
Because Obi comes out it, or 300 million honoma. What say me to a Ghana for years car, Scabia heritage fund, Chromium Medino. was what 300 million or more. Right? My mesa and move on. Obi. I never quite mean as a major film press conference be.
On a Japan deal.
A Japan deal.
Okay.
Some fee or a new lawyer or a young lawyer. And sabi o ma kekan ya no monto mo base because o ko gina bedwam na ka se o ba ba che o mo no mo ye adwuma o Japan dey no ho no be chuo magum because o wadwiri mo se o ma bokoro no we a lawyer we say lawyer dey professional fees na obeji professional fees e bodin a sabi o obi o layman no e be hunahuna no sabi am say as an accountant no be say menya adwuma bi ma no adwuma na me me be about 10 seconds me sign me signature keke me sign na be imagine £500 and £1,000 and £2,000 depending on the quantum so na me che no enti bia me hia bia no bia obi so be sign signature no within 30 seconds bia obeji be say £2 million and $2 million raising fund and I say doing business on the capital market, you know. Fees never you body one men nkola fees o. E ji say what is say so mako London Stock Exchange e gwa kwa transaction o ma duru baabi na aban say o mu ntwa so a. You don't expect say e be free because they have engaged professionals like lawyers, accountants, bankers, whatever, investment brokers and one o man involve o nyina so ebeji o fees o ga say also watcha so ntino the fees na echo this say what say o makoboka 12 million o say me ba me dika ka cho say o mko register 600 million 800 million and I'm so mom two tranches. First one was 600 million by this kind what Ghana had the OT say oh kokobo na kwa 600 million but skebe to o account no was 541 million 59 million no to all this fees ni ade. E say o say you say Japan deal no maboka 12 million. Now to one say o ma discount you ba bechichi o maguma. Obama go for hopes unnecessary hope. No magas hey you buy bechi after baba no timi chu bia. Hwe and this for omunja sa politics na twam. And then 1979 politics. Yes, we say we no go sit down make them cheaters every day. Wallahi. Etam. And now ba kan jobe. Me ba me ye we. Ama aboa nipa okromwa. Me ba me di sa adwuma we. Ama na aboa.
Obi ase nso yade a so ba be ye no. O se ba be tu. Eno to yade a ba be ye.
Aha, me say I don't know beba no. Na beba no na utime nche anoma akra. Afi no na onkofo no ebu ofu say what die.
Okay.
And the politics no you just had your official level. And I don't expect senior teller be so because omba metichi obi egu. Hwe e koma ni one man be a promise say we metina to sango for na ho na mo. Because ye dey enkrata any evidence na court one me say ubo tribunal no so na ko gina say makochi obi akotumo. Ye nya ne sa. Etim we so politics na ye no ma ye ko another level kakra. Say mama your politics no as a advance kakra if we say titi and man no say nekwa no ma nyina we are looking at and ma bia na atwam ni ade no ye just a politics no na more na ugugu ngofo ni ma say and we crofo and we say no nyina no it's Ghana and na ye ni saniba no or we any power now 1% war international marketer how do you want that person to be treated?
Very well.
So they make channel.
Very well.
You know, omuja sakasakasa no man kan e ma mo bo mo be because 24-hour economy na no mbe to me. Ama for tie o mo abese hunu. O to mpeta no me chechiri. Na yenti ase na we do mo ye de mo ai.
Me da say chairman me pacho
quick one.
Yes.
Mami kan ba bia senior teller bi AND. Or say we must build this nation with honesty. Na ye nyina ya fa komapa. Say ye di tumi say yen sa obi e continuity na bia me dey na me start here enti ye ne sa no o ye den ya obi building the future so you can never forget your past
Of course.
enti ni nyina obehwe this dynamics o kan bibi about say o cocoa board say be wa kwase party apparatus typically yenim what MPP inherit from Ghana Cocoa Board. Otiase ye nyina yenim at the time yato abawie edra na mudi hu komo ha baabi yato abawie na aka obi 1 month to hand over this syndication ye di hu komo yi omo disburse ni nyina where there was say the tokoko yan fan tokoko where say your trust say your first preoccupation say because this syndication na for cocoa so betua LBC sneaker na kakre wo mu no so odi bi aye other services na di bi atua salary because cocoa board akuafo no workers no wo ko field na wo so ehwe rehabilitation ni niam ni nyina no saa no abi na ye de betua omka so otiase eti ye bedwin we num nyina ho ne yakabom yem bi say when they were handing over fa nipa afa sometimes no call office wa nipa na gu ho say betimi aka kire say cocoa board staff kaya de ki adwi mu pa ka fa ba bi to say ched cocoa extension ade enko honey area ka betimi aka say wa fa nipa because they supposed to be on the field the research team and ameboa majority of the staff and anado take you over no me accountants any from is human resource officers and no go building mo it took the current CEO I'm saying almost about 3 years no na omo fa ni pada okay so ho na omo boy chairman ko ka say ka staff no kwadu ba bi say ki twa so and the union be ye de bi ni ne mane ade it that honesty no must be there. Number 2 obi ye de ya ade grone ba wie no said Mr. Palukan no media me gidi say oman ya ye chichiri obi say ma bibi twam kokora na mega say guiding ye be building on the quality side. Now ye build the quality so now ye try as much as say the SME to me repeat the same thing. Me, I don't even have any problem. Say NDC 4GD say sir ene ejapade la omudi ye de do bia koye ho press conference no. Enka we enya ade a senka ye asem bia nanka di hu komotintin bia. Mr. Taylor bi no to parliament. The process ni nyina ba parliament ana meboa. Say 2 years ago enkomo ye di okrom ha ede na si NDC kwan say on betumi aka kire say sa accounts committee na papa no be kan so the expenditure ba mu ye 12 million ne ya fa enu ko 12 million obi dey dey abeto abontin na ye painted the picture bi say fe na dey na si na ban bi e di 12 million obi enkomo e bi na me pese me raise with you o ye lawyer ni pa say ene ye te ha se ora kwasi twum suma ka kire se obi ko UK ne kutu anamo mu ko establish be another radio station obi with your experience ni ade allowance ye twa ticket ama ya ye we nyina obi se ukoba na the executive CEO ora kwasi twum decide say obi anamo na utu ye na ye but ye analysis na ne niam ba bia kodu na ye fa twere ho ansa sa o ticket scan no obega Joseph na ade manana Debbie. This is just a simple logic. Ne ya betna krom ha. Ne ya kan bibi ti said the ase obi akotam 12 million bi ahye ni bottom because election year. Yan kan nya propaganda bi na ma obi hu se ba bia ye gina no aban di 12 million. Ora tell bi no mu enfa parliament ade na ko ekra mo mu ya hu dede se o mo mpini. E ma ECOWAS health and insecure ba mu. Wo mo fa breakdown no obi enya den. Emre yen. When your language as some mfi beto ho ayampia no wadi nipa tem wo ho enu ti na best artist obi say yes e build on man ya say na ma we enu nyina odi opa ka ho asem it's fine say government and ntu anamo yi and e bia say but paint picture say a deliberate attempt say obi afasika no de ahye ni bottom na anti kroma and as your friend say STF's housing scheme we buy obi it cost the nation. One thing and I mean say one of the baby of Professor Mills. O di hun komo set up the committee. The current candidate for NDC. No your vice president. Etuano. No Ojidi say ni dream by the Ebebawobi. They promised to build 200,000 houses. 200,000. Emma loan na omu decided yes omu kwa from China. No, it was about 10 billion. Obi omutu hwana mo nyinara ebe set up the company, the sister company STS Ghana no more office wo sa airport road ni so obi emu e ka up and down mo kobai ewie akire ya anye ye no the cost eba mu so tie more than 300 million. Why the company nangasa kra no e ma breakdown okro ma say insurance nko a omutu aye to get the first tranche of the facility at KDBC was about $30 million. Owura John Mahama and not all born to honor no decline. Ome and Santre say into says can oba power no Jimayana.
STS in Pacho.
What I say? STS.
Was not the lead person.
Oi! Alright, tell me now to Burkina Faso. He was the main architect of the project. Oh, Obi. Opa me pulu
ne boss president you on the two one.
Me say onu no dey two. Alright, John Mahama. Oh, and that time say now call parliament the area me be chew. Opa, alright, John Mahama. Ofosu kwa achi. Everybody is listening to me. One more challenging, one more testing wrong. I just say, alright, John Mahama did not get involved with the ST. Me say, he's the main brain.
It was a government project.
Oh, someone sang catching. We now come with a Mama Ghana bread. They government project. Me say he was the lead person. Obi, Oko Korea buy Ebedi Hunkomo. At the time I near war crisis, he's the main person who catch and say, 30 million now Obi.
Okay.
Asino was insurance cover. Omutua ye kobasa na nokura no bi na mpese visa say 30 million in their era entimi ansikura na ke betimi asi more than at the 100 affordable houses for Ghanaians. But Mati Mira iti yade ya no si no obi ye kan ye say e car abani but nobody yanti kromo a na ade ye friends Haruna ebeka kire yen say sa Vodafone deal omo ba omo chinkrofo agum omo ba nyon kura no be dane contract no esa improve no so eti obi sa nyama we no emoaye me say owura John Mahama onfa ne vision bra we are prepared to debate with him.
Okay.
Every night, every day, every afternoon, every evening, morning, or the vision kwa ba na contrary to dear owura Dr. Baumiadia ba obi eno na beboa wo ama watumi interrogating ye say 24 hours omo bi aka kire say omo the best person who explain 24 hours in when who peace akwa na ye brutal oh ye brutal I say 24 hours no unim eno ani say wo ti hai o show now ye no say time ni so ne o man 2 hours aka ho nti say ka ye debate ya time asin ye fa 2 hours ka ye be wi ni upon 8 ye free hon mo na na wa bia ba ya 24 hours awie